All right, so it did work based on the steps in the previous recordings. It is not a smart key by definition. If you have this key with this fob, this is the old school. There are RFIDs in here, which is a different programming step than I followed. The FCC ID for this particular guy is this GQ43VT20T. And my aftermarket one was definitely working at one point on here. Didn't get a cute sticker with, but it's the same concept. It didn't program quite as well. I had to kind of hold one button then the other, rather than pushing them both at once. So it was like push, hold, push, release with them both down in a series rather than all at once. And that did eventually take after a couple of tries before it timed out. The body code error is obviously gone. I was ohming out before I put these in to compare the old to the new. They're both very similar, which is that there's a dead pin on these, which doesn't matter. I believe it's this guy here. That might be him. It doesn't matter. Checking them both, there was no noticeable difference. Whether I was using red first or black first and, pogoing between these pins in sequence. There was like a moment on this middle pin to this outer pin where I would see something between like 15 and maybe 19 mega ohms flash on the meter momentarily, whether that was red here and black here or vice versa, or whether that was continuity mode. Or actually, so continuity mode doesn't show that, but I never got any beeps on continuity mode. So strictly checking ohms, there was nothing different between the two at all. But there should be a 0.25 mega ohm value between the last pin and the middle pin in either direction, red or black here, which, I mean, it wouldn't matter if you're not in continuity mode, but nothing ever beeped. And all I ever got was a little squelch there for a moment in this. So not easy to check. These, they're probably just a basic IC squared. And I'm guessing when they die, it's due to something like maybe clock or noise level or something like that. So the old one is definitely trash. The new one definitely worked. Problem noted here is that the one I bought on eBay came obviously not deprogrammed with two remotes that I can't remove without the remotes. So just be sure if you buy one on eBay that you have the right to return, because if you're using techstream and you reach the point where you can't clear the codes, you'll have to go to the dealer, which is not going to be cheap. In my case, at least, the RKE actually works now. And then a person could go to the dealer if they had to. Without that part, I'm sure it would be very expensive to get everything diagnosed and fixed, versus just saying, hey, I need my key fobs replaced, which is their problem at that point. I don't know how they would do that, but the module's in here now. I've tightened this bracket. The bracket does not have any continuity to the unit inside there. It's just a floater with a plastic housing. Everything goes through the pigtail. I think when I took it apart, I might have done it a bit wrong here. It seems like this metal guy that was giving me trouble probably should have come out and didn't. So I'm putting it back together with care, because you can't slide it on. You have to stick them all in at once. So I'm gonna button this up and be done with it. So 2007 Avalon successfully replaced the remote key fob transceiver in the body here.